the hardest working podcast in Portland, Oregon, man.
Play no
Game. What's up, you guys? It's Cartier Bob, and we have.
I'm AJ.
And I'm Koss.
And welcome to the Play No Games podcast /
show.
This is the Play
No
Games
podcast
and Show.
Nice. If you haven't already, let me tell y'all. Likes, if you like the video, yes, we want cash money for the 99 2000s, but if you ain't got the monies, if you just click that like button, it helps so much in the algorithm. I've been doing a lot of research, views are nice, but when you like and click the video, it helps. So
like Rob, pay Rob.
And then I pay them. It's a beautiful circle of life, but if you like
Rob, pay Rob.
If you like what we're doing, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if we're doing a good job. Let us know if we're doing a bad job. We want to just put you on a higher vibration, higher frequency for social situations, self-improvement, and your relationships. And
movies.
And movies today,
And
actually.
Pop culture?
Yeah, and pop culture.
Yeah.
And the hangout. A good, chill hangout.
So, AJ.
Don't sell yourself short.
Oh, no.
You're selling yourself short.
AJ.
Yes.
This is our favorite segment. Would you like to
Let us know what the topic
I
is.
screwed myself over.
Yeah.
Let me see though. Let's see if I can bust this out.
Our first topic.
I gotta get a good stretch.
Ah!
I'm a little rusty at this.
Sustain.
No way.
The fact that I looked too, I was like, God damn, it might be a stain over there.
Wait, you saw the scene too?
Yeah. Hey, what's our first segment, AJ?
This is a segment called Play No Games. Everything. Something that you're mad about. It could be something that you got going on about. Something that you're passionate about. Koss, let's start with you.
Oh, you?
What are you playing no games about, Koss?
So I didn't prepare for this at all.
Yeah.
So can we hop this over to you?
What am I playing no games about? I'm playing no games about.
You know what? No, I want to take this back.
Damn.
This new Little Mermaid movie.
Oh, we're going to movies. Okay.
No. Okay, so there's people already throwing a hissy fit because they did a whole race swap thing.
Very true.
Can we just have people just get over themselves and just... It's a movie. The original's out there. It's a sea person that never existed, so why does it matter what race they are? White, black, Asian. They're a mermaid. It doesn't matter. The original's still there. It's not going to ruin or take away the value of the original. Just get over yourselves, people.
I don't know if y'all remember. Do y'all remember the Cinderella with Brandy?
And there's Brandy. Yeah.
Yeah, that Cinderella always stuck out to me.
Because isn't the prince
Asian,
and then the mom's
like
white, or
white,
something, and then the dad's
dad's
black.
No, dad's white.
White
I think
too?
the mom is. Oh, I think the mom is black, and then the dad is white. But it's very multicultural.
Okay.
And you got Whoopi Goldberg as a fairy godmother.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, definitely not Whoopi Goldberg. I'm gonna save you there. Oh fuck.
Wasn't it Whoopi Goldberg?
No, stop saying that. Not Tony Braxton. Whitney Houston.
Was the fairy godmother?
Yes.
Oh.
I was digging deep. I'm not even gonna
Why do I feel like Whoopi Goldberg was in that movie?
stop saying Whoopi Goldberg. But stop it. Black Twitter is already raging right now. That took too long to say Whitney Houston. It was Whitney Houston. Fact Dragon, it's Whitney Houston.
Oh, I'm checking.
Oh, you don't need to check me. I got us. Gang.
People rage
Whoopi
about that
Goldberg.
movie.
It was Whoopi Goldberg?
I told you that! That's what you get for messing with the critics.
Let me see. It wasn't Whoopi Goldberg was the fairy god. No. No. Fairy godmother Whitney Houston.
I know, I saw.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg.
Who are you saying
Whoopi Goldberg.
was not the fairy godmother?
Was she in the? She was in the movie. Though.
She was in the movie though. Yeah.
Was she the mom?
Yeah, she Queen. No, she was who
The queen.
Yeah, she was the queen. Yeah.
I knew she was in the movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're
I
on
was-
the same page.
You're
I
on
knew
the
she
same
was in the
page. You
movie.
just weren't two ships passing the night.
Exactly. We neither of us were wrong.
No, you were right because I said the fairy godmother was Whoopi, and you
I was
corrected, you
like-
said Whitney. But I knew Whoopi was in the movie, and you said stop saying Whoopi, even though she was in the movie.
She was in the movie.
See?
I'll take that L. But I was trying to
Well,
take that
I'll
L.
take one too.
I'll take the L because I'll just say this. I know you're coming from a genuine place, but like people who like listen, like we put content on the internet and people don't have grace. They're like, you gotta do it right. And I know if you were coming from a malicious place, I'd be like, hey, that's not cool. I just have an understanding when people listen. They're gonna be like, are you trying to say that Whitney Houston and it just gets like ridiculous. But fuck them.
Whoopi's in the movie.
Whoopi's in the movie. So,
She is.
huh?
I was just agreeing.
Yes.
That she's in the movie.
So no, that kind of just makes me think of that Cinderella, because that was a really good one. And like, I guess for me, like as a kid, I noticed that, but like, it was just, once again, them telling a good story. And I think when people focus on telling a good story and then, let's just say, not saying that you can't tell a story that is about race, but like when you're like pandering, it's like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah, it does get weird, but like seeing a lot of like comments and like early reviews and stuff, it's like people like that's maybe not the problem.
Wasn't
with the
Peter
movie.
Pan taking the same hit? The new Pan movie?
Yeah,
Or
there's a
Wendy?
lot of people throwing fits over there being two girls in The Lost Boys, but they're ignoring the whole kind of original story with Peter Pan that he was basically kidnapping women to be his mom.
Or aren't they
And then
getting-
like keeping them there at the island when he was bored with them, and then kidnapping new younger women.
Didn't he get
Yeah. No,
talking about
the original story
original?
is like
Yeah.
super weird.
Didn't
had
they
a
get mad
college
about the
class
race
that
as
we
well
talked
though in
about.
that movie? Or people are getting mad about the race card in that movie as well?
Yeah, I think there was some people throwing a fit. Was it Tinkerbell that they were throwing a fit over?
Tinkerbell, I think the Lost Boys.
Yeah, Lost
They're
Boys.
getting mad
I've
about
seen a
that,
ton
too.
about the Lost Boys.
Like I think people are
like,
getting mad besides
just, like-
Captain Hook.
Who cares?
I know.
Like if you're saying like there's so many comments and there's so much.
As long as
Out
you're
there,
a good
there-
actor.
Yeah, like the content and the story. Like that should be
That's
up
key.
front. And like you said, like when it's pandering like that, it does feel weird. But like, who cares? Like it's because they race swapped characters. Like that's not taken away from the original movie that does exist. When they did was it the all female Ghostbusters? Like that doesn't take away from the value of the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Despite what people might like think. Like I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
No, I definitely appreciate and I have an understanding with that. It also kind of makes me think too as well where I had to check myself. I think it was like 4 or 5 weeks ago. There's like a reboot of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and like
That looks okay.
Crystal or what's the person? What's the late? So like the girl
Oh, April.
and like they made April black and. When I
The
first originally,
OG April was black.
I didn't know that until because I'm so used to April being white.
White.
Exactly.
White, redhead, yellow jumpsuit.
Exactly. And I didn't know back in the day, literally in the comics, April was black.
Yeah.
And like, once again, April Jones, I believe that was her name.
I think so.
Yeah, look at my memory. It's just like, once again, like, I don't mind when it comes to like the things. It's just like, make sure it's a good story. So, I always say check yourself before you wreck yourself.
That's fair.
Also, solid recommend for old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics and Last Ronin.
Last Run was probably the hottest one that came out in
Yeah.
more recent time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's super surprising.
You never heard of that one?
Oh,
Basically, Mikey and all the other turtles are dead.
Yeah. And it's very dark. It's like kind of a callback to the original.
When it came out, it was impossible to get your hands on if you
Damn.
wanted a copy of it. Just a comic book.
But it's
Part
good.
of it.
Yeah, the writers were saying they chose Mikey to be the last one because he was kind of the last one that you would expect to be this kind of battle-hardened last surviving turtle. So that kind of contrast from Party Dude to that's. Read it. Check it out.
You must have learned some stuff when you had that time with the Power Rangers from the Red Ranger.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Now Bob's just like, what? There was a crossover.
There was. In space.
What were you playing no games about?
I'm not playing no games about. I'll probably go more in depth with this on another podcast. But I'm playing no games about the match. So recently, if you've been following my life, I don't also just podcast. I also do a whole bunch of things because I believe my true purpose in this world is to connect people through relationships, whether that's romantically, or connecting families or friendships. I think, people understanding the life cycle of relationship. And I always like to say connecting someone with a relationship doesn't mean, you're going to be that person's forever or you're going to stay in that person's life. It's just being able to cherish that a bond was created. So I was unable to create bonds at
So that was your goal with the match, was to create bonds between people, and it did not work.
It did not work, and it didn't work because guys didn't show up.
Dang it, guys.
That's kind of impressive, actually.
I kind of.
But the guys didn't show up.
No.
Yeah.
Women signed up immediately. It took if I'm being 100% honest, we had maybe like 3 guys signed up.
That's it.
And we spent, because we had a month worth of and the marketing this time wasn't as strong because each time we did it, we had a good showing on each side. Each time we did it, of course, we had to herd and wrangle guys, but it wasn't to this point. And
only 3 guys.
Only 3 guys out of a month of reaching out and talking to
That's
people.
crazy.
You'd think that would be the guys would be there. They'd want to be there.
I can understand why guys wouldn't want to show up, but once again, me and Aaron tried our best to curate an opportunity for people, and I think the part with me that was most damning is I don't like to lose. Seeing everyone's comments are oh, I'm so sad that this is canceled, or some ops that literally don't like my shit and when I have to cancel an event, and I'm like, I just don't like taking L's. I feel like I'm in my own, and this is an anime shout out, in my 2-year time skip where I'm like, this is not gonna happen again. So right now, that's why I'm playing no games about, guys, because it's acceptable to put down men. Y'all suck.
That's mind-boggling.
So I'll definitely go more in depth with it with Aaron on another podcast, but that's what I don't want to play no games about right now. So, AJ, what are you playing no games about?
Huh? So, on a
Unintentional Tim Allen there.
long time ago, on a Play No Games episode, I played no games about somebody who was peeing on my work's floor in the bathroom.
Jesus Christ.
I've located the man.
Oh, you
Have you? Have you?
And I can shamefully say, I cannot say a word to this man. They have a condition.
Oh, I know this story.
Oh.
I know this story.
And if I say anything, I'm going to look like a big jerk.
Good thing you brought it up on a podcast.
I did not bring it up on our podcast. So I have to take the L. Except now I'm bringing it up on a podcast. I have to take the L and take the PP on the floor.
I remember that Play-Doh game.
He cannot. He can't.
I cannot say anything to this gentleman, and I have to take the PP on the floor.
Wow. So you're one of those kind of guys.
What do you mean by one of those? Okay, let's see. What do you mean by one of those kind of
Ah,
guys?
man, you really hating on, that population of people. How dare you?
How am I hating? I'm respecting it because I figured
Really,
out who it
really.
was.
Yeah.
You were,
He likes short guys.
Nah, that's not what it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what else about them in the office you don't like?
Huh?
What else about them in the office you don't like?
Okay, so first of all, I'm in a big office building.
Yeah.
So I have my own office.
Oh, well, look at you,
For
big
my
baller.
own company. There's multiple companies in this building. We all share a public restroom.
Mm.
So I have to respect that. But I mean, if you really want to know about this building, what else I don't like about it is that the heat is broken and the air
He was
conditioner
talking about the
broken.
people, though.
Oh, the people. What I don't like about it.
Yeah.
Is it the way they speak? Is that bothersome?
Are you a hateful person?
Oh, no, I'm not hateful. Once I saw what it is, I have to let it go as he walks away.
Rob is gone.
Yeah. Okay, so welcome to the Backseat Critics. My name's RJ.
My name's Andrew. This
And
is now
today-
a two-man show.
We are going to review the Play No Games podcast.
This episode is good.
Really quick, top 3 characters. Who's your
Top
first
three.
favorite? Oh, wait, never mind. Rob's back.
All right. Top 3. AJ, Koss, Andrew.
I'm going to go Powerline, Lamar Jackson, and Cat in the Hat.
Oh, we're doing those characters.
Hey, I win.
It's Blue Eyes White Dragon. But back to you, yeah. What about the people in the office? What kind of people you work with?
What kind of people do I work with?
Yeah.
Well, I have a nurse and an owner. I have a marketer and recruiter and operations manager. And then I have a office admin.
So you hate rich people?
That's
no,
respectable.
I've never said anything like this.
You want to eat the rich, huh?
Yeah. I hear they're super good if you let them simmer for about 30 minutes, put some salt on it. With a garlic salt.
Nah, we're not gonna do that.
Anyway, so
We're not gonna do that today.
the PP on the ground. I'm playing No Games Effect. I cannot talk about it.
All
I
right.
cannot talk to the man.
So, this is going to be a little bit.
Don't they get their own?
So today's episode is going to be a little bit more different.
You are worse than me.
Originally, this was going to be some solo content, but I needed the help of the backseat critics for this one because
He was
Huh?
desperate.
no, not desperate.
You wanted to show us the world.
A whole new world.
You wanted to let it go.
Yes, can't hold it back anymore.
You wanted to dig a little deeper.
At this point, I wish I knew any Disney song.
You want us to be part of your world.
Okay, I'm lost.
You want us to show how far you'll go.
Yeah,
And what about that John O'Malley?
I'm
That's
confused.
Thomas O'Malley.
Oh.
Now they're talking about
Everybody wants to be a cat.
Oh no, I was thinking about the look of the Irish.
No.
Sorry.
No, he's dropping everybody. Aristocats.
What's your problem with those people?
Well,
Anyone with the O in front of their last name?
lots of problems.
You should automatically went to Luck of the Irish. You didn't even think about the cat.
You're damn right.
now it was in the hot seat.
Hey, sometimes you gotta lean in, because I'm a hypocrite.
No, you're too take Bob.
That's too. So, this segment is actually something that you both know very well. Is stories. You guys review stories because stories really bond the human experience, and in our culture, people always talk about that fairy tale relationship, that fairy tale ending, and since it's almost kind of like the American dream, where a lot of people come to this country or are born in this country and they are promised the American dream, where if you work hard, you play hard, do all the things, you're supposed to get a white picket fence, a dog, and live happily ever after. And I also,
Airbud?
yeah, of course. And that's what that's also the same thing when it comes to what's kind of going on in relationships and dating right now, where people are wanting this fairy tale ending. And I want to ask y'all, when it comes to when you're reviewing the fairy tale endings and the fairy tale relationships, what's really going on? What are people really missing when they watch those Disney shows about fairy tales?
You want to go first?
What are they missing? So you mean like why aren't they getting the same ending?
Oh no, what are they viewing? Like, what is Disney? Because everyone always says they want the Disney fairy tale ending. And I think this would be a perfect opportunity to break that down. What is a Disney fairy tale ending?
Disney fairy tale endings, it's not something that really happens in day-to-day life without a lot of work, which they don't really show in Disney movies. They don't show the work that needs to go into a relationship to get to that happy ending. They also don't show what happens after that happy ending, which is a lot more work. Also, like, relationships just aren't that clean. You don't look at somebody and be like, oh, I'm going to marry them. Like, was it Sleeping Beauty? They make, like, one small bit of conversation in the woods, and then...
Oh, they sing to each other and dance with animals. You don't get that in real life. That's what's missing. You don't get dance and sing with each other.
I mean, she's teasing those animals, but...
I mean, the owl starts to wear his outfit. Ooh, ooh.
She's leading those animals on.
Okay.
Okay, let's be honest. There's always a traumatic event that happens that bonds them together. I mean, Snow White, she had to live with 7 dwarfs. You're not saying there's traumatic trauma in that. Hercules and Meg's being teased by the devil himself.
So what's your problem with dwarfs?
Nothing.
There's a
And you just probably peeked your mic.
There's a theme. I'm not even gonna front. Growing up, like that fairy tale ending, like you brought up Hercules, Meg,
With the devil.
I watching as a kid, Hero to Zero, just like that. Where I'm
Fantastic movie.
fantastic movie. But look at the fairy tale ending, where I'm like, I think I'll be honest. Do y'all feel like 90s Disney or any movies,
Just any Disney,
like really like exacerbated that feeling that people want in real life?
any
Because
Disney.
I'll just say this. I think what Hercules did at the end of that movie, where he
Dove into
that
the soul.
exactly. I feel like those moments are less overlooked rather than, oh, they're supposed to work. He literally is like, oh, fuck it, save this person, or not. I shouldn't say self, but fuck, I gotta burp that out. I have to self-delete myself, or like I have to sacrifice myself to make sure this love happens. Where like I feel like that's very self-explanatory. It's in your face. It's not like I'm talking in the woods, or I have to kiss you and then we're happily ever after. Like
Compared to the older Disney.
exactly.
I get what
When
you're
Walt
saying.
was there, I guess.
Hmm?
Compared to... So you're kind of comparing it to when Walt was doing the Disney movies. Compared to like the 90s and what you see now. Where you get like Anna, like, let's get married to Hans or whatever his name is. And then she just gets screwed over and gets frozen. And AKA, now we have Frozen.
Yeesh. No, I think they're all just kind of like that same level of fairy tale ending, like that same level of, because you're talking about like are the older ones worse than the newer ones at kind of portraying that fairy tale ending, that false.
I don't think so.
Mm.
I think it's still there. I think what you're getting, I was on the board at one point, a relationship board here, and we talked about how people give you one shot and that's it.
Yeah.
And I mean, if we're really gonna live towards the Disney time or the Disney movies and getting that happy ever ending or whatever you want to say, you got to think that they went through some dramatic crap to get to where they're at now. You can't tell me like they did it quick and hard. In real life, it's slow.
Also, like, let's not pretend
Pancake?
it's just Disney. Like
Nothing.
every movie with a male lead and a female lead, even Ghostbusters.
Shrek.
You've got Sigourney Weaver.
Great
you've got
movie.
Bill Murray. They go through some traumatic stuff, end up together at the end.
Okay. So speaking,
It's not just Disney.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay. So get this. Y'all, if y'all have time, y'all need to go watch the new Puss in Boots.
I already have. So let's see. Right?
I have not.
Oh.
It is my to watch.
Okay,
Damn.
I've watched
I don't want to ruin it, but the new Puss in Boots.
Go ahead. I do not care about spoilers.
The new Puss in Boots
Go ahead.
is such a good movie about life and relationships. It's very real. And you've seen it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I got a little, it wasn't Coco choked up, but it was like, I got a little choked up. I was like, damn, this is like real, this is real life situations where like I feel like they did a good job of keeping it a fantasy, but also teaching people about the importance of life, which I feel like a lot of movies skimp out on just for the Costco sample of, oh, this is just a fairy tale, because we kind of get into the realm of are violent video games a correlation to violent behavior, even though it's not. But when we ingest so many different things, we're like, it's almost kind of like, oh, I do want this person to sweep me off my feet, without really like taking that deep dive of what does that look like in the
Sorry.
Gosh, dang.
damn, you don't like love, huh?
You getting choked
My
up?
throat is dry.
Are you getting choked up over here? Didn't you bring a water bottle?
I did. It's over in the other room. It's fine.
Would you like me to go get it?
No, it's fine.
So no, that's why I kind of wanted to bring y'all, because you both examine movies for the good, the bad, the ugly.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just curious. No, go ahead, take it.
So, kind of, I guess, counter thought.
Oh, I like this.
So, the movies that portray this kind of fairy tale ending that like does not exist. What if that's more of just like an escape for people? Like people watch that to escape and like, oh, it'd be so nice to have a relationship that's like that, where it's that easy. I sing to a guy in the woods, or the dude takes some ghosts out of my apartment, like stuff like that. And then we're in a relationship, like something that simple without having to like jump through the hoops, jump through like, that kind of butterflies in the stomach or nausea of like that first date. What are you going to say? What are you going to do? That second date. Okay. Like, where do we take this? Like, without having to go through all that, like, what if it's that kind of an escape for people rather than kind of a guide?
So I think the problem is that there is always that struggle, but it's quick in the movies compared to real life. They have to squeeze it in, and they exaggerate that quick or that long struggle. They have to make a bigger event occur to make these two fall in love, compared to, I bump into a girl at a coffee shop, at the bar, and we share a drink, and now we're getting to know each other. Now it's a slower struggle compared to, now I just fought Hades for you. I just fought a god from another universe for you.
So I guess I'm asking, like, is it like what came first, chicken or the egg? Like, are people watching the movie to escape and just dealing with the difficulty in real life, or are movies made to be condensed like that, where they're just condensing everything with?
I think it's both.
Okay.
I think it's both. I think it depends on your person. I think if you're married, you're watching it as an escape. If you're in a relationship, 100%. You might be watching it as an escape. If you're single, you might be looking at it like, hey, how can I get some tips here?
How can I get the Statue of Liberty dance down?
I wonder how many times Hitch was rented for this reason back in the day. Don't act like that's not a thing. People probably looked at Hitch and was like,
when I was single, I owned Hitch.
Just keep it at home. I was single when Hitch came out, because I was like in high school, maybe junior high, and I was like, what kind of tips can I get from Hitch? Oh, we're keeping it at home base.
Damn, Blockbuster was still business when Hitch came out.
I was like, Kevin James, save me now with Will Smith. We're good.
So so when it comes to that escapism, right? I don't disagree with that. It's almost kind of like when you also kind of look at sports or entertainment in general, right? Where, and people are fact check me on this, where like the reason why like death battles like back in the day in like coliseums were so important is because people got to escape from their lives and they got to watch the prisoners kill themselves.
Exactly, like the gladiators.
Yeah, gladiators.
The gladiators back in the day.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it was invented for, is to avoid the fact that I believe at the time there was a bunch of financial struggles at the time,
Exactly.
and so they created gladiators to.
So it's entertainment is literally a balance of escapism from your regular day life, and then just you being entertained. And I think this almost kind of goes on to like the responsibility to like the listeners, right? And not listeners, but viewers, where you got to know where you're at. Where like, I don't know how many times, and this is why I'm not a Blazers fan. I'm not a Blazers fan because some people got too into it where I'm like, you're going to fight me over the Portland Trail Blazers. Like, yeah, I'll get in basketball debates with people, but like, Damian Lillard doesn't know who you are.
So you're calling the Blazer fans the Cowboy fans
Very true.
of the NBA.
That, no, not really. There's worse. But I'm just saying that example of like the escapism, because you can see it in sports where people are taking out or forgetting or that energy, right? Let's just say you have this is like level 2 or level 3 like displacement. When you're putting out your energy, we're like, say you can't get mad at your boss or something like that, right? All right, you can go to a basketball game or open mic night, and you can displace that energy onto someone else. We're like, oh, you suck or you're horrible and things like that. And it's that, like you were saying, that escapism. So I think it's just like a combination of the two, where if that's the only thing you're getting, it really sometimes distorts how you navigate in your realm, in your world, when you don't take the time to process what's really going on. So,
Okay. What?
no, you crafted
No,
it.
sorry, I was fact checking the gladiator thing, and yes, yeah, it was also a way for the rich and wealthy to just show off.
Yeah,
their rich and wealth. So yeah,
and I think that's what I think that's what we're what we're trying to do too as well with our stuff too as well. We're trying to entertain people. At the same time, I think one thing that I think we do really well is we want people to be entertained, but also know that we could be wrong up here. That's why we're fact checking ourselves, and if we're wrong, things like that. Where I feel like a lot of our entertainment industries don't like even have like that small amount of accountability. Where like sometimes I feel like they add stuff because it's what the Times is saying. We're like, for example, like this scene you're going to see is a graphic scene. I feel like if there's no social outcry, then that wouldn't be a part of it. They would just play it. I feel like they're just doing that so they don't get in trouble.
yeah. I mean, I'll point to like the Marvel movies. They play things super safe and play things by the book. It's generally a cookie cutter because it's not going to be controversial. It's not going to have any sort of public outcry. It's just going to be safe blockbusters that are just going to pull in tons of money.
Monster comes in, destroys town. Superhero comes in, beats up monster.
Yeah.
End movie.
True. And I guess to kind of like, because I guess I was just more or less thinking about this because I even sometimes am a sucker for like the whole like, I want the romantic, rom-com shit, I guess the reason I kind of want to bring it up is I think it's like a healthy conversation, especially for guys to kind of talk about too as well, because I think what a lot of guys underlie and underlaid really don't talk about is like they think when they get the relationship or they get the family, that's how and where they receive their most love. Instead of knowing that stuff comes from, you have to love yourself first. We're like, if I just get this girl and all the things like that. So that fairy tale ending and things like that doesn't happen. It's actually created and built from within. So
that makes sense.
I think Wedding Days is a good number or a good movie for not necessarily showing. Although it's a good rom-com. It's not necessarily a good like portrayal of everything, but it kind of shows you the struggles of like a new relationship, which is good.
Have you guys seen
or a rebound? I should say.
Midsommar. That's a good movie about relationships, especially when you're like traveling abroad or anything like that. Yeah.
I would say one show that really it showed like the real balance of like a good relationship was this anime called Eureka 7. It's 50 episodes of greatness. It taught me about government. It taught me about interracial relationships. It taught me about people of all different races and creeds. It talked a whole different thing, and I feel like it was a great portrayal of like love story. Like you got to see it all. Like I fucking hate this guy, and then I love this guy, and then them like working through stuff. And I think when people consume balanced amounts of media, because some people aren't fortunate to have great examples for building relationships just as much as I believe we need home ec and what would we call like having a tax class? All
Counting.
There we go, counting. I'm struggling, counting, and all that stuff. I definitely think, sex ed. We definitely need to have like how to like maintain relationships, kind of course. But that's all I wanted to bring to the critics because y'all have interesting minds. I'm saying we got the,
What was that supposed to mean?
You're not the other host. They would have probably.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
the
yeah.
other host. I'm AJ.
Okay, my bad. They would have thought of different things. Let's just say that.
Who's they?
Anywho, if you like what we're doing,
Who is he talking about?
I don't know. He's acting weird today.
okay, Cos. Yes, I'm sorry, Cos. AJ, I apologize.
As you should.
If you like what we're doing, like, comment, subscribe.
Do we have any left unread?
I mean, that's a fair question.
How about we save that one for next week?
You sure?
I'm more than positive.
I mean,
I will.
Are
I will make sure it is read next week.
you sure you just don't want to check?
I know there were some leftover reds. I read it.
I don't think you read it.
I definitely
read it.
I definitely did.
You must hate the critics.
I don't hate the critics. That will be the very first thing that we talk about.
Wait.
So, anyways, if you like this podcast, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, pay some money to this guy.
Then I pay some money to those guys.
Before we close out,
And
I
until
just saw
next
this.
time.
Kermit and Miss Piggy have
Bye.
a great relationship.
This
or more
No, they
realistic.
do. They do.
No, we're
They
not
have a
doing-
fantastic, like a
They go
real.
through so many troubles.
This
That's
has-
more of a real.
There's so many
relationship.
people that hit on Kermit.
Goodbye.
And he powers through, and he stays
does.
loyal to
That
Miss
is the
Piggy.
most realistic relationship you can get.
All right.
Probably wonder if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. But shit, I think they call them groupies now.